Hi guys, Hans Chamberlain here, and in this media arts video, we get to talk about components, the building blocks in a piece of art. Components have to do with the different pieces that are put together to help tell a larger story. I would challenge you next time you finish a video game or maybe you watch your favorite movie, watch all the way to the end and see those credits roll by and take note of how many jobs, how many roles, how many people it took to create that thing that you love. And each one of those people has spent a lot of time trying to master maybe one component. So here are some examples. Light. A photographer or a videographer will spend a long time outdoors trying to wait for the right time of day, the right angle of sunlight, the right direction of the sun, based on the shot they're trying to get. Sound. Think about the musical score and the sound effects, what you hear and what you don't hear, and how those things affect your feeling when you're experiencing the art. Space. Space has to do with the amount of distance between components. Is there a lot going on, or is there not much going on? Frank Lloyd Wright was a very famous architect, and he said, space is the breadth of art. Time. Does the piece of art you're experiencing, does it change and develop the longer you're experiencing it? A shot ranges from a long shot that you're seeing a lot of things from far away with not a lot of detail, or a close-up shot where you're seeing maybe one thing at a high level of detail, and they're both important. A clip is a small piece that is used in a larger project. You might think clip art. You might take a piece of clip art and use it in a presentation. Or maybe think of a movie trailer where they take some tiny clips of a movie and put them all together to get you excited about watching it. All right, a scene is a part of the story that shows the action that happens usually at one location. So maybe in a TV show you have two characters and they're having an important discussion at a taco shop. You might call that the taco shop scene. Sequence. Sequence is how these scenes and events are organized. And the sequence is showing the beginning, the middle, and the end. And it's also showing it's organizing the amount of action, the amount of dialogue, and how quickly the story is moving along to keep the interest of the audience. Narrative. You might recognize narrative as a genre of writing. Also think of narrative as the way that a character is expressing his or her own story. Maybe a backstory, maybe a monologue, maybe through a song. Now, lighting. Lighting is so very important. Lighting has to do with the direction of light, the amount of light, and the color of light, and how that light is changing to help express the emotion behind what the story is looking for in that moment. Now, this is a fun one. Interactivity. This is the amount that a designer, maybe a game designer, is looking for you to interact with the story. Some stories are pretty open and they allow you to build and to create. Other stories are more scripted and they're bringing you along in that story. But interactivity is how that designer is thinking about your experience. Or maybe even a sculptor. Maybe a sculptor that is creating a piece that's meant to be touched and experienced as well. So all of those things have to do with the experience of the audience. Now, as you can see, there are so many different ways to create. And when artists come together to help tell a good story well, it's truly a beautiful thing. So if one of these components interests you, I would challenge you to study it and to start to learn how to do it, because it may become your job one day.